Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Eric.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. In 2 days from now, October 3rd, Wednesday, at Highline Ballroom here in New York City, where we sold out last year's Rockefeller show, we return with our friends Styles P and Chic Luch, 2 Jews and 2 black dudes, review the movies.
And Jadakiss will be there too.
2 Jews and 3 black dudes, review the movies.
Well, unless you look in any of the Locks' Instagram comments, where they will gladly tell you that is actually 3 Jews
Right.
and 2
white devils.
Yeah.
Does anyone look at us and say, we're not Jewish?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Does anyone hear us and say we're not Jewish?
Especially when you're doing like that. Are we Jewish?
Why did Wale and Jerry Seinfeld get none of this? Is it because they didn't portray themselves as one Jew and one black dude?
2 Jews.
Is it because they didn't talk about movies?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know what to tell you.
Actually, yeah, Wale's pretty Jewish.
Listen, we're Jewish.
Well,
We're Jewish.
yeah.
And we're going to be on stage this Wednesday. And we're going to be reviewing a movie. We're going to be doing commentary throughout the movie. So we're going to watch the movie with you guys. We, along with all 3 members of the Locks and special guests, will be on stage doing commentary while we watch the movie with you guys.
Yep.
It's like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Except it's 5 Jews.
It's so many Jews on stage. If you guys know nothing about Judaism, come and learn. Shake the lulav.
Yeah.
Come pray with us.
Blow the shofar.
This is just like
Happy Sukkot.
Yeah, it's like sitting at Thanksgiving with us. By the way, I once got my hair cut by a woman who asked me, this was in college.
If you were Jewish?
She asked me if I celebrate Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving is a Jewish holiday or a secular holiday.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, yes, it's an American holiday. Shalom. Yeah, no, I don't know. I got my hair cut and hoped that she didn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Anyway, this Wednesday, it's going down, and tickets are still available. Guys, if you want to see us sell out the show like we did last year's show, let's sell it out before the date of. Let's not cause us some Jewish anxiety. Let's go forward and sell this bitch out, because here's what we want to do. We want to take the show on the road. And the best way to show the promoters what we can do is to sell out this date in our home city and then tell them, hey, there's interest in Ohio and Florida and California and Washington and all over Mexico and London.
Oh, you want to do international with the Locks?
I want to go definitely want to go international with them. Amsterdam would be just out of this world.
I want to see Chic on a bike.
Oh my God. These guys are the funniest people you ever meet. Naturally funny in a Jewish way.
Yeah. Maybe they are Jewish.
Maybe. It's funny because a lot of people are like, hey, the poster says it's 2 Jews and 2 black dudes reviewing the movies, but there's 3 black dudes on. It's like...
Well, first of all, Styles came up with it. Jadakiss was rolling off an edible and sleeping.
Right.
And then every once in a while he would wake up to sing New Edition.
And also, Chic and Styles have said that Jadakiss is not coming for their spot.
Yeah.
He can take part in it, but it is 2 Jews and 2 black dudes reviewing the movies. If you really fuck with all of our reviews of Coco and Trading Places and Black Panther and You've Got Mail and Netflix recommendations and
The Last Dragon. Yep.
Which was a landmark episode because Jeff and I had never seen this piece of classic cinema before.
But isn't that sort of like the point of this whole thing?
It absolutely is.
That like it's, we haven't seen certain movies, they haven't seen certain movies.
That's the best part.
None of us had seen Coco.
Guys, go listen to those episodes, get familiar, and then go to ItsTheReal.com and grab yourself a ticket. Grab one for you, grab one for a friend. Join us. Let's sell this bitch out. Let's have a great night on Wednesday. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I've been saying this a lot on my Instagram lives, which I've been doing lately. We don't want to put on ordinary shows. We're tired of all the shows that you are used to. You go to a live podcast and you've experienced that already. You've gone to a concert. You know what to expect. We don't want to do ordinary. We want to do extraordinary.
Boom.
And this show is going to be nothing short of extraordinary. We're not telling you the movie because we want you to be surprised. We're not telling you the special guest because we want you to be entertained and elated when people show up on stage. Come have fun with us. Come have fun with the Locks. Smoke something with Styles P.
No, come for us. Who cares about the locks?
Oh, I was going to say that you can do the Jadakiss laugh. Or you can see how humongous Chic Luch is. But yeah, come for us.
Come for us.
Hang out.
Yep.
If you enjoy Waste Time with It's The Real, if you enjoy two Jews and two black dudes or whatever we call ourselves, review the movies. If you like us in person, if you don't, get to know us. Hang out. It's going to be a big, fun Jewish night. Jeff, who's on the podcast today?
Our Jewish brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's not Jewish.
Jack Harlow.
He has Jewish hair, though.
Jack Harlow is actually English, I think. It's
yeah, he said British.
Yeah,
And,
British and something else.
Yeah.
Very not Jewish.
No. We've been getting tagged in his pictures for...
A good while now.
Yeah, about 6 months. And we were like, we have to get this kid up here. We like his music.
Yeah.
But more importantly, he looks like us.
So, yeah. So that's fine.
It's one of those things where you know the picture matters more than the actual episode.
I hope people listen to it because it is a fun episode.
It's a fun episode, yeah. But I'm just saying the picture matters more. It's like when we had the Migos over here and we were like, well, it's not going to be a great conversation, but the picture matters more.
Jeff, Jack Harlow has a great story.
Jack Harlow has a great story.
He's been rapping forever.
Yep.
He's been taking it serious forever. He created this thing outside of all the giant music cities that exist in this nation, and he's out there in Kentucky making a career for himself, making a name for himself. And by the time DJ Drama finally follows him...
Yeah, he had already moved down to Atlanta.
He's a real artist.
Yeah.
I mean, his parents supported him. His grandmother would show up at gigs. He's really rapping. He created a nice fan base. And he puts out dope music. And that's what we're excited about.
Yeah, also the picture matters more. And
picture's
also,
great.
he does educate me on the correct pronunciation of Louisville.
Louisville. Also, please, guys, make sure you listen to this entire episode because he gives one of the funniest, unintentionally funniest lines ever on A Waste of Time with It's The Real. He didn't even understand how great it was until he said it.
Until all of his friends started laughing at him.
And we realized it as well.
Yeah.
Please play this till the end. It's awesome.
You
Anyway.
won't see it coming.
Jeff, do you want to recommend 3 episodes before we get into this one?
I would recommend number 37, Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert came up here when he was on the ascent, and certainly not full rock star status. Maybe he had a couple of mixtapes out and had maybe just signed to Atlantic Records or was about to. But he came up here with Don Cannon and DJ Drama, and let me tell you, I'm going to be honest, we got the best interview from Lil Uzi Vert that you're ever going to find.
I would agree with that.
That's a fact.
You're not going to get me to argue with that.
Okay.
Number 62, DJ Drama.
Hey, another great episode. One of our longtime friends in this business and a legend. You know, we talk about his mixtape days. We talk about his relationship with Tip and Jeezy, and we talk about him getting locked up, and we talk about what he's been building with Generation Now, and it's an incredible story. DJ Drama is absolutely a Hall of Famer, and we were thrilled to get him up here.
Number 191, Tierra Whack.
Shout out to Tierra Whack, who took the internet by storm. We ran into her at the Roots picnic, and we met her real quickly, and we're like, yo, you should be on the podcast. And like a week later, she was up here. And she's got an amazing spirit, an amazing energy, an amazing creativity. And she has one of the funniest moments that we've ever had in this podcast when she just wants to play around. So shout out to Tierra Whack. Shout out to everybody who saw her at Rap Caviar this weekend. And Jeff, when do you want to get into this episode?
Right after people review our podcast on iTunes.
I have been seeing more curly hair and tall one comments, which is great.
Yeah.
Go to iTunes and leave a review and leave a comment and say something to the effect of curly hair and tall one.
I like the curly haired one and the tall one.
It's great.
Yeah.
We'll take any of that.
5 stars, review, rate, subscribe.
We'll take all of those things.
Yeah, go to SoundCloud, do the same thing, whatever.
All right. Jeff, when do you want to get into this?
Right now.
Yo, what up? It's Eric, a.k.a. Prom Tuxedo Rental, a.k.a. Cuffing Season.
Yo, what up? It's Jeff, a.k.a. Break Through Her Walls, a.k.a. Kool-Aid Man.
What's happening? It's Jack.
Yeah, it's the way. Tell me it's the real. Jack, what's happening?
Set.
That's yeah. Check the temp.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm living good. I'm in New York. I like it up here.
Well, it's nice to have you up here, and it's really nice to see you face to face after a million people. A million people have hit us up, and they're like, "Oh, we saw you in this picture," and we're like, "No, that's Jack Harlow." And then a million people are like, "It's the real," and it's like, "No, that's Jack Harlow."
I've been seeing it too, man. It's crazy. So this is only destiny.
Yo, by the way, the amount of black girls especially who come up to you and say, Eric, tell me your hair care tips because your curls are so tight.
Well, also, by the way, Peter Rosenberg, a bald man, was like sat right where you sat and for like a half an hour was like, let's really get into this. He was like, I want to hear all about the hair. I was like, why? He was like, the people want to know.
People love that stuff.
We had a panel that we did in Akron, Ohio, and we sat down and we're like, does anyone have any questions about our 10-year career and all the people that we've worked with and this, that, and the other thing, how we've made it this far in Akron, Ohio. And this first hand went up. We're like, yes. They're like, what do you put in your hair? I was like, really? That's what you want to know?
Anyway, so talk about it.
Yeah. No, all I want to know from one curly-haired person to another, how do you fare in the wind? Because my shit gets fucked up and it sucks.
I'm trying to think. My hair is pretty fine. Like, it's thin. I don't know about you. I don't have thick hair.
Right.
So the wind, like, it moves with the wind. I'll say that.
Yes, but mine just like ends up staying there.
Really? Is it thick?
I think it's more medium than thick or thin.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a little on the thinner side, so.
And I think at your length, by the way, that it's pretty effective for your performance music videos, I have to say.
You think so?
I think it's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a good look because it shows momentum and all that.
Yeah,
and
you get movement out of your hair.
Yeah, it swings a little bit.
It does.
Yeah.
It definitely swings.
Have you ever straightened your hair?
Never.
Really?
They've been asked. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Who is they?
Women.
Oh, I thought you were going to like drama and like...
Straighten it. Not since 6th grade. Like, goth girls been wanting to straighten my hair.
Yeah.
Like, can we straighten it? Always no. Because you go so long saying no, it's like you can't break it.
Well,
Right.
I definitely had a phase in my life, like in like 9th grade, where I straightened my hair because I was just like, you try to figure yourself out, right? And it's just like, do I like my curly hair? Do I not? After you graduate high school, you're like, oh no, I love my curly hair. But during high school, it was just like, fuck, man.
For real?
Yeah.
No, after high school, you shaved your head.
No, at the end of high school, I shaved my head. Yeah. But
You've done a lot more experimenting than me.
I know.
Yeah. I've stuck with it.
Does your brother have curly hair?
It's not the same. It's
Okay.
not as.
Yeah,
but he has,
same.
It's curly.
Yeah, his hair is like curly, and our other brother Dan has.
You know what? It's kind of like my guys. over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I guess
I
that's
mean,
how
we
it
are
gets split.
related.
Yeah. I have known of you since the first time you stopped up on Sway.
Okay.
And the video started going around, and we're friends with Drama, and we're friends with Cannon, and we're friends with Lake, and we're friends with everyone down a generation now. And so we had heard some things, but seeing you, the video of you on Sway, Kill That Freestyle, was wild.
Appreciate that. Man.
And everything that we've heard from you since has been wild, especially Loose, and especially Sundown, and the video and everything. Has it been a whirlwind for you, or has it been exactly as you expected it to be?
I wouldn't say we're in whirlwind territory yet. It's not like too surreal. There's moments that are very surreal for me, like milestones, like doing the record with K Camp, somebody like I grew up listening to, like that was surreal for me. But it's not insane yet. But I think we're closing in on it, about to get insane. I think like it's like we're knocking on the door, and then it'll probably be crazy.
Oh, good.
But I'm still grounded with my guys. We're still just we want a lot. Like we want a lot more than what we have right now. But we're thankful for it. So we're just trying to keep going.
The last time we saw you and you did not see us was at the
Greatest day ever.
Greatest Day Ever.
Yeah, we saw you up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And you walked by us, and I was like, Generation Now chain,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
man.
yeah,
I wish y'all had said something.
You are a real person, a man of the people, still able to like walk around. What's it like back home though?
It's still like we still can walk around. I don't go home that often, but when I do, we move in a group. It's not an issue. We like to move around, but
You can still go to the grocery store?
yeah, definitely. And people know who we are, but at the end of the day, it's nothing too unsafe yet.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Originally born and raised.
Born and raised Louisville. Yeah.
Are you a lifelong Cardinal fan?
Lifelong.
Okay.
Never switching.
Did it bother you when Patino went down the way he went down?
Yeah, it's terrible, man. Like it's the end of an era like I grew up with. It felt the same as when Obama left office. It's like this is all I've known. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's been Patino, and to see him go was tragic, especially the way he went out. But
Yeah, I'd say the only difference between him and Obama is that Obama had no scandals.
True.
And
Clean.
Patino went out with a
Tan suit.
Bevy of them.
pretty
Yeah.
big, tan suits.
Yeah, nah, it sucks, man, because I don't know when the program's gonna get back to where it was, but I have faith. I got some friends that play for them, so
That's dope.
I'm always gonna be a fan no matter what. I'm a Celtics fan, so I just I stayed down through a few bad years, but
Yep.
Brad Stevens got us back on top. Too,
Yeah, no
so
kidding.
I'm sticking with Louisville for life.
That's dope.
What is it like being a Celtics fan in Kentucky?
Nothing too unique. I feel like there's other Celtics fans. Like the thing is, we don't have a pro team, so people's team it's just random.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we're not really super.
You're not close
to
enough to
anything.
like
Well,
Ohio.
Ohio-
People don't care
yeah.
about the Pacers that much, and people don't care about who they got, Cleveland and all that. Yeah, people don't do the proximity thing. I feel like so everyone's just like, oh yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, I'm a Celtics fan. You might meet a Timberwolves fan. Like people just pick their team.
Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, so people aren't too biased. Same with football, but hopefully we get a pro team soon, and that'll become my team.
Is it a big thing with people being like U of K versus Louisville?
Massive. It's big. Like college basketball is like probably the biggest thing in Louisville. They like the NBA too. Like we have a big NBA market, but people. The craziest thing about it is there's no way to really know. I feel like what people are gonna be between UK and U of L. Like you just meet someone, you can get to know them, and then like they're just one or the other.
Yeah.
Like there's not like you can't meet someone to tell. I don't know. It's weird. Like even our group split.
Really?
Yeah, we got a Louisville fan.
Damn.
He's a Kentucky fan. He's a Kentucky fan. Like.
Damn.
Do you like
Can you
not
guys
let
leave?
them
Yeah,
like
thanks.
eat like at like various restaurants? You're just like get out.
In a way, but it ain't too tense like that. For some people, it really is. But we just talk shit to each other. Can I curse on here? No?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
My God.
Just had to ask.
Have you ever name checked Denny Crumb in any of your rhymes?
On sway.
Oh, well, fuck.
That's crazy. No, I said, and I'm in the Ville like a young Denny Crumb. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Everybody
dope.
in the Ville love that. That's crazy you asked that because
Yeah.
I know he's like he's a legend,
He
but
is.
it's
Didn't they
still
name
like
the
a
court
very
after him?
specific person.
Yeah,
The court. Which court? Did they?
I thought so.
Did Crumb get a court?
Yeah, why'd
Oh,
you ask
his
the
con-
Kentucky fan?
He's just knowledgeable. You held me down, man.
So what is there to do in Louisville?
Well, first off, yeah, no, this is a good segue. It's pronounced Louisville.
Right. My accent is shitty. I get it.
No, but like if I said something wrong up here, I'd want you to tell me so I
Right,
could feel
for
a little
sure.
more. Yeah, so
Right.
just letting you know, like it's Louisville.
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 Yeah, not even Ville though. Vol.
Vol?
Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
Man, I feel like I have like a speech impediment.
Nah, we
Louisville.
do. We have the speech impediment.
No, believe me, I know.
Wait, and Las Vegas is in the state of?
Nevada.
I think it's Nevada, right?
Oh God.
Is anyone here from? No. Okay.
I'll
okay.
say Nevada.
I think it's Nevada.
Arkansas.
Sorry, we had to correct you on that.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. What to do in Louisville? Well, they just gave us some birds, so now people are scooting around. I guess.
Do
I
you-
can't
have
wait
you-
to get back.
Have you ridden one?
Yeah, I rode one in Venice.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
See, we're tall guys. I felt like my center of gravity was just like off, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna like kill myself on this
First
stupid
30
bird.
seconds took some adjustment.
Yeah.
For
Oh, I
sure.
only lasted 30 seconds.
Oh, you got off it.
Ladies. Yeah. I definitely hopped off after like a block and a half. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny.
You committed to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just fun. Like,
Yeah.
And I had to duck down a little because same with my center of gravity, but
What'd
it's
you
just
do when
fun.
you were done with it?
I just
kickstand
dropped it.
and-
Just
oh.
dropped it.
Yeah,
I
threw it away.
kickstanded
Who
it.
cares?
But you can leave them anywhere. I see them everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, this isn't. What took so long to come up with this?
It's pretty genius. And then at the end of the day, people are paid per bird
To pick them up.
To pick them up.
Yeah.
Wow, what
Yeah.
a system. I was wondering how that happened.
Yeah.
But then they all end up together.
Now here's the really crazy
How
thing.
they charge though? How they charge?
They
By
charge
the
them overnight.
block. Oh, you mean by the
Or are they
person?
solar?
I'm
What?
saying that I picked up one that was at like 75%,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then 40 minutes later is at 5%. But I got it at 5:00 p.m. So I'm like, how does this lasted all day? I don't
Right.
understand.
Maybe it is solar. Or maybe they charge them at night too. Okay, they
It's
charge them at night.
pronounced solar.
Yeah, sorry, solar.
Solar.
Yeah.
So when you rode yours, did you expect to pick the same one up when you were done doing whatever you were doing at your location?
No,
Yeah.
pick the same one up.
Yeah.
Well, because like I'm
Oh, we
assuming
weren't
that
using
you
it
like
for
went in-
transportation. You see what I'm saying? Like
You were just going in a
we were
circle.
going. Yeah, we were just riding around.
You didn't like ride it to a meeting.
Nah. I would though, because
Yeah.
I forget people like use those to get places.
Did you buy into the whole hoverboard thing when that was a thing?
I never did. Now that
Mm-hmm.
is a challenge for some center of gravity. My friend.
Yo, by the way, we've got one back there.
Yeah.
Let's
Do
do
you
that
ride
after
it?
this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had a
we-
whole video where we did that.
Yeah.
And by the way,
I struggle with those.
I was great for I don't know,
95% of the shoot?
and then I was not great. Like immediately fell on my back. Just like
What happened?
I was very confident. And then I was given reason by God not to be confident. I immediately just like flew off the thing and just like broke in half, and then had to like sort of hobble over to finish the video. Not
Tragic.
great.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Haven't written it since.
Tragic is the correct word.
I hate
Thank
when
you.
confidence disappears.
Have you always
That's
had
the bar.
confidence?
I've always had some decent amount of confidence, but I've always had like moments of doubt too.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
just
a
funny
bar,
you said
too.
that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Danny Crumb.
I happened like 2 nights ago actually. I was recording, and we did this song that was like a smash, and like we were feeling good, and then they put on another beat, and like I went in the booth, and like I ain't have nothing. Now, mind you, me and my friend, we were like taking a little trip at the time.
Mhm.
So
Off of.
yeah, we were going through something. But it's crazy how obviously that's the main factor I think that was involved, but it's crazy how I just like couldn't even I felt like B Rabbit beginning of 8 Mile. I was telling them like I was like, yo. But you know, it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
Sure.
sometimes you have to work at the auto shop.
Type.
So you guys also have in Louisville, you have the trolley for the burgers. Is that where?
Yeah, Ollie's trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were just talking
You been
about
there?
that.
No, I read an article about how like they were trying to make that like the new KFC.
It's delish. Wait, what? New KFC?
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
like-
back in like the 80s or 70s or whatever.
Oh, they're like in what way though?
They wanted
They
to
would-
franchise it, right?
Yeah,
And
they wanted
take
to,
it
like,
That would be
nationwide.
hard. But then it would lose its
Right.
but
It's
that
je ne
would
sais
be-
quoi.
Yeah, exactly. But that would be hard.
Yeah. So
Well,
what
they
makes
have-
it special?
Yeah.
Well, one is like a little trolley that's just sitting on the corner. 2, I've had it. I literally only had it once. I ain't gonna lie, but it was delicious.
I do.
But not
like,
delicious enough to have it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I make it out there, I'll eat it again. It's not.
Well, how big is Louisville?
Yeah.
How big is the city that like you wouldn't get over there?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of great food options that are closer.
Mm.
So if I'm at Ollie's Trolley, it's probably gonna be because I'm just over in that area. And sometimes I'm over there, but yeah, I mean, I think you called me out correctly. Like it wasn't nothing mind blowing, but shout out to them. They need
Yeah.
to keep going.
No, good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can take it nationwide for them.
What's the other spot we went to? Right over there. It's like another burger spot over there. Dizzy Whiz. Yeah,
Dizzy
there's
Whiz.
Another good spot. Let me
Is
shout them
everything
out.
rhyming in Louisville?
Nah, not everything has that vibe, but those are right next to each other.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the section. So Nardwar listens to our podcast. I feel like whenever you get interviewed by him, whenever you make it up to like
He's
Vancouver.
taking y'all stuff, you think, huh?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
you mean taking the information?
Fuck
taking the
you,
information from
Nardwar.
them? No.
Stop taking all of our questions.
No, he definitely does though. But like he'll
No,
pick
we
out
love
like
Nardwar.
we do, and he picks out like food things, and he'll be like, "You once went to Ollie's Trolley."
Well, that's what I'm asking. You suspect he's getting it from y'all's podcast? The
No,
info?
no, we know where he gets it from. It's not our. I mean, like, no, I wouldn't say our podcast.
I think he speaks to parents,
That's what I was thinking must be going on.
but
Yeah.
he also does listen to the podcast.
No,
that is
he's
a fact.
yeah, and we hang out with him down in Austin, and
Yeah.
hopefully we're gonna hang out with him in Vancouver.
Have you
and-
met him yet or no?
I met him in passing, actually.
In South by or something?
South by,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Were you like, whoa?
Yeah, I was, but I didn't want to say nothing to him. First time I really want to meet him, I wanted to be the interview. You know?
See, that's why we didn't say hi to you up in the Bronx.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell my parents to stay away from him now. If you see this man, don't tell him anything.
you don't even need to show a picture. You could just be like golf pants, like
Yeah.
you know, Irish hat,
He's-
longer hair,
He's got quite a look.
microphone. So born and raised in Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
and do you come from a big family?
I have a little brother. He's 17, about to turn 18.
And
He's
you're
in high school.
So you're the oldest.
Yeah, me and him.
And when you were growing up, what kind of activities were you into? Were you playing sports? Were you?
Yeah, I played soccer. I played basketball. I like sports a lot. Like
Yeah.
sports was probably my first love. Like I liked that before this, but I was into reading. That's really what got me into just like writing in general. Is like I was reading a lot when I was a kid. My parents didn't let me like get on any video games until I was older.
Yep.
So like all I would do was just read everywhere.
Yeah. What type of stuff were you reading?
Man, there's this series called Warriors. I was reading about these cats that were in the clans, and it was amazing. Like,
Wait, in the what?
there was this like, it was a series about these wild cats.
Sure.
But the type of cats I'm talking about are the same as like a house cat,
Mm-hmm.
but they just were turned up in the wild. Like they were on some different stuff, and they formed clans, and they would like go to war and stuff, and there was like politics involved and like emotions, and like it
Wow.
was crazy.
So
Yeah.
this is nonfiction.
No telling. But it's called Warriors by Aaron Hunter.
Whoa.
Which is 3 people. That's just their
Really?
alias. Yeah.
And it's a big series of books.
I don't big as in
define
notable.
big. You know,
yeah. No,
like,
I
what is
mean,
big? What is size?
number of books.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
That's dope.
Yeah, but it's slept on, man. It didn't get the love it deserved. There's like one girl I met all throughout my schooling that also read it. We didn't really connect. I was hoping we would, but anyway,
it's
the
not
books
too
are
late.
fire.
Yeah.
Life
you're
is
right.
long. Yeah.
You're right.
You're a big reader.
Yeah.
Did that help you like excel in school, like past your classmates?
I would say so, but you know what's crazy? I saw a meme the other day that was talking about the complex it gives you to be a good reader early on, and how like you think you're special,
Right.
And you like use it as an excuse for why you don't try that hard in school. Like they really nailed me. Like
That was you?
It kind of hurt.
Damn.
Like I think, because I think maybe I am smart, but then when I saw that, I was like, yo, like maybe I just have thought I was smart because people gave me special attention for being able to read when I was 8.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't that good in school, not out of like being dumb, but just I wouldn't try because I was like, I can read. Or
Right.
I need to try.
Right. You were the same.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys are so similar in follically,
Yeah.
and then
Oh my god.
and then now we're like, wow, you really are just a mix of both of us.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you excel in any extracurriculars? Were you in band?
Or did you like school?
I didn't mind school because I liked socializing and I liked being around girls every day. And that was a guarantee.
Did you go to an all-boys school? No. Okay.
That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played soccer though for my school. Other than that, I ain't joined a lot of clubs. My parents pushed me to. I wasn't good about that.
When we went to high school, like the whole thing was not that we were in like a million clubs, but there was this idea that like to help your path towards college, you want to be as well-rounded as possible,
Makes
right?
sense.
And so be a part of this, show your commitment to this. Did you do any of that stuff where you're like, all right, well, I'm going to play soccer all 4 years of school, or I am also going to be in this club or whatever?
Right. What was funny is I played soccer in middle school, got cut down a team, basically didn't progress with everyone, stopped playing it, and then just joined again my senior year for like shits and giggles. You know
really?
What I'm saying? Like I was just like, let's play. And I lost 20 pounds. I got in good shape. Really glad I did it. Wish I played all 4 years, but of course I had to go through that. Other than that, bro, like really nothing. And I think it's because early on I knew I wasn't going to college. So I was like not as concerned about
When did you figure that out?
probably my freshman or sophomore year.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Before you even had a driver's license.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just because you
The
didn't
music
have...
thing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I knew exactly. Yeah, I wanted to do that.
So when did music come into your life like as a career option?
Man, I'll be honest, like, as serious as I'm taking it right now, like, I was taking it that serious when I was 13. I just
Wow.
wasn't as good.
What
I
can-
was recording in my room, like, uploading on SoundCloud, like, my middle school, like, listening to my music. Like, I've been, like, doing this. I just, like, have gotten better.
Did
But I was-
people... So you're putting it up and you're telling people, like, yo, listen to my SoundCloud.
Yeah, you know.
Did people
yeah.
give a shit?
Yeah, people did. Even like, before my, like, voice changed. Like, I had, like, a squeaky voice, and I was recording in a USB mic in my room, like, just like this. I was on Audacity, then I graduated to GarageBand.
Yep.
I put it on Facebook, and my classmates would see it. And, like, I got a lot of shade, but there was always somebody that was like, yo, like, you sound like we believe you. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
So just as I got older, I started recording in studios, and then now we're here. But I've been doing this, yeah.
What had you been listening to before you started rapping?
I was just telling them, Fergie. Like, I loved that, like, Natasha Bedingfield, Gwen Stefani, like, that era of music. But my mom, like, even before I was rapping, she was playing me Tribe Called Quest, Public Enemy, Eminem. and then when
Outkast.
Outkast, huge.
So I read an interview you did, I think your first interview. You were 15.
Oh,
So
wow.
you were like a young kid. Somebody else brought it up like recently too. So like I'm not the first one to like. I know you said like to that person that they had nardwarred you. I am not
Did I really?
nardwarring you. Yes.
What interview was it? You remember?
I don't know.
All right, go ahead.
I'll send it to you or
It's all good.
yeah. But so you named like the artists that you had been listening to. You were like Outkast and Public Enemy and whatever. And you said Natasha Bedingfield, and I was so thrown by that because that was so weird to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, obviously you grew up in the mid 2000s, and so like, of course that would, enter your life. But like, what was it about Natasha Bedingfield? What was it about Gwen Stefani and all these people?
The melodies were just too sweet. Like, I've always liked melody. Like, even like when I was only rapping and not trying to do any singing, like, I've always been attracted to that. And the production's crazy. Like, Pharrell was touching those Gwen Stefani songs. So that was just the best music to me. Like mid 2000s pop music is just like. It's
I didn't
just
know if you were
crazy.
just like a huge like Hills fan.
Nah. I just love that. I just love that time.
By the way, Natasha follows us on Instagram.
We met her.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We were in LA at Soho House, and
We were introduced through friends, and it was just Natasha.
Yeah.
And so she's telling us about like, she's like, oh, like what's going on with you guys? And we said like we were selling a TV show, and she's like, that's so exciting. I'm like, what do you do? She's like, oh, I'm in the music business, and I'm like, yeah, well, it can be really difficult, and like, like basically giving her advice because I had no idea who she was, and then it turns out that she's who she is, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like this is like the worst first impression I could have with Natasha Bedingfield.
but good enough that she'll follow us on Instagram. So.
Yeah.
So y'all have like a somewhat of a relationship with her?
Yeah, I'm dating her.
Yeah.
Plug it, man.
Yeah.
Put me in the stew with it then. You could come.
Growing up as a 13-year-old artist, did you have any idea of where it could possibly go? Because, to be fair, you're not in New York City, and you're not in Los Angeles, California, and you're not in Atlanta.
And you're white.
And you
have
are
curly
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how did you see your career progressing at that point?
Well, luckily, growing up with the internet, we felt immediately like we had access to the nation. You know what I mean? Because not only like do you have it in front of you, but you're seeing other artists that are like either your age or just a little older, like constantly blowing up. So it's almost like everyone sets the example for you of like, yo, this is how you do this. You just had to make it fire though. So things take off. So it was always faith because like it was just different. Like a lot of people in Louisville still talk about like, you can't make it. Of course, people have a little bit of an advantage in New York and LA and Atlanta. There's just more resources. But now it's like everything goes. Like you can just put it on the internet and people will let you know if it's worth their time.
So SoundCloud and Facebook were everything for you at 13?
YouTube was first.
Okay.
SoundCloud, like early on, I was just like, wow, this is perfect.
Did you put up just audio on YouTube, or did you actually shoot a video?
Bro, I was shooting videos with my friends, like a flip camera after school. Like we were shooting, like, and I would edit them myself, like
On what?
just like little free programs. I can't remember any of their names, but I would just download little programs because I didn't have iMovie at the time. But I was making the videos. Like we were doing visuals early, like in middle school, literally. Like in 7th grade, we would leave school and like a group of us would get together and like we would shoot a video.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Did you have any like narratives that went through it, or was it just like performance?
it was just
Bad
performance
bitches.
type.
Yeah.
A little bit of that. There's some baddies in there early on. Nah, it was mostly performance. That's what I've always liked, because that's the videos I like. Like even to this day, you watch some of my videos. Like, it's just like because people got to feel the energy first. Now these next few videos are gonna get a little more conceptual, but like my favorite videos are when I'm like, I treat every video like an introduction. Like y'all know me, like more people are starting to know me. Still millions of people that don't know me. So like I try not to get too like clever and cute with it when it's like y'all haven't even like felt this energy yet. So that's why I think it's like to our advantage to just like turn up on camera.
Yeah.
I love videos like that. Like when artists come out and it's just like this is them.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing special to it, but they like it.
You say that millions of people don't know you. What if everybody does know you and they're just actively ignoring you?
That would be tragic. That'd be terrible. I mean, I suppose there's a lot of that going on for real. There's probably not too many, but no telling.
No, I don't. Yeah.
No telling. There's definitely a lot of people that know about it that aren't saying anything, but I've done that to people, so I'm not mad.
Did you have friends who were also producing music or also rapping or singing or?
Well, I'm actually in a collective called Private Garden. That's these fellas right here. A lot of multi-talented guys in the group. It's 2X, Jack Harlow, and the homies, but they produce, they engineer me. Like we all work together, and they're all talented. So
Why Private Garden?
I was in my film studies class my senior year, and I was watching one of those. What is it, Miyazaki? What's the guy that had the... help me out. Spirited Away.
Oh,
You know
okay.
those movies?
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
this dude's name that makes those?
I thought you pronounced it right.
Was it Miyazaki? Is
I
that
think
who he
so.
is? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There was
You
a
can
scene
see how
in it.
like terrified I am to mispronounce anything.
I
By the
know.
way, now because
Oh, man.
Louisville.
Yeah, you gave me a complex or a
Oh,
complex.
man.
Yeah.
I tried to be gentle about that. My fault. Nah, there was a scene with a secret garden in it. And I was like, yo, gardens are hard. And my grandma, she used to read me a book called The Secret Garden when I was like 4.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
but
just
Secret Garden isn't Private Garden.
agreed.
Yeah.
So that's this little switch we made was like, Secret Garden feels a little too, I don't know, like fairy dusty. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a little too cute.
Right. Private Garden
Private's
sounds
like
hard.
Yeah, Private Garden
Horde.
is like you can't get in. Like, we don't know you. Like, So I like Private Garden.
Yeah.
The group.
The collective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the collective. Yeah.
As people.
As humans.
Yeah.
So when did you start performing if you're recording at age 13?
By 16, I was doing shows in Louisville.
What kind of places?
Little bars. But we would get them to agree to do all ages, and then kids would come out. You know, the first few, like, it was like 50 kids, and then it was 100 kids, and then we were selling out the little venues.
They had
And-
stages in the bars?
Yeah, it was like, and the sound wasn't even too bad. There was a few that were, like, not great, but, you know, they were real shows, and people were showing up. So that
Were your
was
parents
fun.
showing up?
Yes, they were. They were in the back. My grandma even came once.
Really?
Really?
She wore earplugs and just danced in the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so you started to sell out the venues.
Yeah.
And what is the move after selling out venues in your hometown?
Get out of town.
Where would you go?
Atlanta.
All the way there?
That's where we went. We started going down there
How long a drive is that?
6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started making the drive and heading down there periodically. And then we eventually just made the move about a year ago.
Okay.
Well, wait, but did you know anybody in Atlanta when you're
Yeah.
first, like...
KY Engineering. He's from Lexington. Legendary engineer. 2 Chainz engineer. Used to be Lil Wayne's engineer. A Kentucky legend, for real. And he got in contact with us, and he started letting us come down and record at his studio at Base. So we were just getting to know him, and eventually it was like, yo, like, I feel like we've, you know, done everything we can in Louisville. We're thinking about moving down here. So we moved down. He, you know, let us record at night, and then I eventually got introduced to drama and Uncanny.
Crazy.
And then the rest is history.
Jeff, let's just break into this podcast for 1 second to remind anybody who skipped the intro of this podcast for the last couple months and tell them what's going down this Wednesday, October 3rd at Highline Ballroom here in New York City.
If you don't know about this show, then that means that you've skipped through every single ad we've done.
Right.
But also, you are not following us on Twitter or Instagram, where we have posted about this about 4,000 times. But,
You work really hard to avoid us. That's what we found.
yeah. But this Wednesday, here in New York City at Highline Ballroom, October 3rd, 7 p.m., we will be doing our podcast with the Locks, our Locks cast, called 2 Jews and 2 Black Dudes Review the Movies, even though there are 3 Black Dudes and possibly 5 Jews.
It's fine. Jeff, listen, let's not forget that we also have our exclusive and limited collaboration, our t-shirt that we did with Rough Riders that you can only get if you're in the building this Wednesday.
I have not forgotten that, but thank you for reminding me.
All right, great.
Great. So I will see all of you out there. Get your tickets now at ItsTheReal.com, or they are also available on TicketWeb.com.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, great.
And now back to Jack Harlow. When did you get your driver's license? At 16?
16, yeah, 2014.
And
Have you been driving before that?
With my mom in the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was learning how.
Did you get it the first time?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I messed up, but he still gave it to me.
What did you mess up? I messed up too, and he gave it to me.
I was like doing a 3-point turn, and I tried to go forward, but the car was still in reverse. So
Oh.
I just shot backward.
Did you try to play it off and not look at him and just be like,
Nah,
oh?
because I like low-key gasped. So I was like, oh, that's a wrap for me.
By the way, that's a pretty good, like, make-out move.
For real?
Yeah. If you were to, like, you know, I don't know.
Oh, to grab to make sure that the person was safe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little creepy, but I'm just saying, if it was 1950,
By God.
yeah.
So you get your driver's license, though, and you drive around town. How sure were you that you're like, all right, I'm going to go drive 6 hours to another city and get along down there?
I had my bros with me, so we were feeling good. We were very optimistic about it.
What kind of car were you guys in, and how many people would go down?
My little Grand Prix, Pontiac Grand Prix.
Whoa.
About 4 of us.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Stuff them in?
We get in there, yeah, and we just
Windows
ride.
down.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like one time we, Urban remembers this. We were on the highway and it was just pouring, like pouring, and we just rolled all the windows down. I don't know why, but it was. I just remember it. We got
And-
soaked.
How did Atlanta receive you?
Well, I think they're starting to like me.
But at the time, like, were you just like, did you know where to perform? Did you know where to go?
I did 8-3C, and then there was a guy named Jay Wise who's really plugged in down there, and he was giving me show opportunities. Just come out, do 1 or 2 songs. But things changed quickly, like especially after we made contact with KY. It's funny, like y'all probably get it. Like you just start to learn what not to do.
For sure.
It's like
That's the biggest thing.
You start off like wanting to do everything because you're just looking for it all, and then once you get to the point of saying no to the right things, then I feel like that's when you start to settle in. So that's what kind of had to happen. Same thing in Louisville, but you know, I went through that in Louisville. So when I got to Atlanta, it's like sped up process of like, knowing, nah, I ain't going to do that. Or yeah, I'll do that.
Do you think that you had done everything that you could do back home?
In a way, yeah.
And do you think that people were like, what's the perception of you back home? Hometown hero? Or do you think people are just like wondering where you went? Or do you think people are like checking up on you online? Or what's the perception back home
People
now?
are still watching for sure. I mean, the bulk of my fan base is still like, I think Louisville driven. Like it's still them. So like I said, the shows are sold out. I think people love what we got going on because they saw it come from the ground up. Like it wasn't like we just popped up on the internet and we happened to be from Louisville. Like a lot of people really saw us like grind it out, do these like little shows and like, you know, watch me go through puberty for a lot of people.
And
now
now
we're doing this. Yeah.
But like when people from Louisville hit you up, like, are you still in touch with everybody from back home?
Yeah, I'm in touch with some people. There's some people that I think you naturally lose touch with. Just like if I had gone to college, I might have lost touch with. But
I lost touch with everybody from college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that. But I'm not sure what people's perception is. I've been trying to think about that less and less as I get older. But, you know, there's some people probably think I'm a jerk. Some people probably think I'm the nicest guy ever. No telling.
I don't think you're the nicest guy ever.
Ever?
Yeah. That seems like a...
Somebody told me that once, so
Really?
I'm just
Who?
say that. Somebody said that one. This girl, she said I was nice.
Oh.
You don't even know her
nice-
name?
Well, I ain't gonna shout her out.
Oh. Not that nice. Not that nice.
Damn, just lost points.
So you performed at the University of Louisville?
Yeah, I did a show there once.
And you performed at Kentucky?
I haven't done a Lex show.
Really?
Would you ever?
Yeah, I would. They're trying to get me down there right now. We're
How
trying to
far is
figure it out.
Lexington from Louisville?
Hour.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not at all.
Yeah. What are there any other cities that you would go to within Kentucky?
I'll go to any city to cut the check. I really would. There's other cities in Kentucky, but it's Louisville and Lexington. But you know, shout out all of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because I know y'all are listening, man. I love Owensboro. I love Elizabethtown. I love all y'all.
Give us a real small town.
I just gave you two.
No, all right.
Bardstown. Shout out Bardstown. Shout out the Appalachians.
All right.
Shout out Mountain Dew. Shout out everybody.
Mountain Dew.
They love that.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they cut you a check.
Yeah.
I don't. Well,
No.
I need a water check.
What is your bourbon of choice?
Bullet.
Okay.
But I don't drink though.
Oh.
I just see it around. I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds very
my
convincing.
dad likes bourbon though. But my dad's actually never been drunk, but he like has the most excellent liquor cabinet because he likes to entertain. He likes
That's
to host
dope.
people. So he has all the bourbons.
What do your parents do?
They run a sign company together.
A sign company.
Yeah, they make signs.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
So like for like different businesses and stuff like that sort of
Yeah,
thing?
they make a yard sign or they make a banner. Like
That's
they
dope.
make.
How did they get into that?
Well, my dad used to be in construction. He had a little construction company with his friends, and then my mom worked at a dealership. They got married, dropped what they were doing, combined their powers, and just joined in with that. And they're deep in love, so like they're cool people.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
And so when you're going this artistic route as young as 13, how can they help move that along? Like besides just like being supportive?
And making the biggest sign ever.
Right. They actually helped me print my. I had some mixtape. I made like 200 mixtape sleeves in middle school once, and they had this like printer at their office. So like I would tape each one down and like run my image over it, and it was clean. It came
That's
out
awesome.
real clean.
Into jewel cases and then.
No, it was like paper sleeves.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Where were you selling your shit?
Just at school. Yeah.
Would you sell them or give them away?
The first tape ever made, I sold for $2. But then I started realizing, dang, I should just give them away.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
really was making most of my bank when I was in middle school. But then I had to rethink my strategy, start giving them out.
Did you perform at high school functions at all?
Yeah, actually, once I did. It went left.
What?
I did some school stuff. Middle school, I did the talent show. High school, I did the semi-talent show. It was like a vaudeville type deal.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very polarizing experience for everyone.
Really?
A lot of angry parents because I like told everybody get up, come up to the stage and stuff.
Parents don't like.
Shout out Atherton High School.
Parents
though.
don't like it when people get up and go.
They
towards
don't
the
like
stage.
when you stand up.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
Did you grow up in a town that was like footloose?
Nah, not like that. I ain't gonna put all the parents in my city in a box. Like
Not all of them.
Right.
not
just-
all of them.
Yeah.
A
Right.
small group though.
Yeah.
But did people in Louisville like rap the way that you did?
Yeah, just because, well, at least for me, because everybody likes it now. It's the biggest thing ever. Like, in high school, that's what people were playing in the parking lot. So it was big.
Like, I think that, like, we understand that, but, like, when we were in high school, and we're not the same age, when we were in high school, I feel like there were people who liked hip-hop, and there were people who sort of liked hip-hop, and there were people who, like, definitely did not like hip-hop.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the same way it is as, like, kids these days. I feel like now it's like everybody likes hip hop, and then it's like some kids are like, I don't really know why they don't play instruments or something. I don't know.
I would say your second breakdown just there was pretty accurate. That's kind of how
Even
it goes.
with the voice?
Yeah, especially how they sound.
Yeah.
That's how they sound. Nah, but it's just too big now.
Yeah.
That's what's getting played at the parties. Of course, there's always gonna be people that I ain't really into that. They like something else.
Yeah.
I feel them.
But like everybody loves Lil Uzi Vert. Like Lil Uzi Vert is like a pop star.
Right.
That's crazy.
Massive.
Yeah. So when you got ready to move down permanently to Atlanta, what were you looking to get done down there? Had you already met Drama and Cannon?
I hadn't, but right before I moved, Drama followed me on Instagram. So I was like, "What's going on?"
Did you block him?
Nah, I didn't. Big follow back.
Are you a part of Team Follow Back?
Bro, we were just talking about this. But my TM over here is Team Follow Back for real.
Really?
What?
Oh, we need to get another microphone.
Yeah, I was about to be like, yo.
Yeah, I know.
You're bugging.
Don't do that. Isn't the worst feeling when you get followed by, like, you know, you get the verified notification or whatever, and then you look at the person, it's like, follows 3 million people.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't follow Lil B. I know that, like, that's, like, a not great thing to say. But, like, I'm sure he's, like... I mean, we've texted with him.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
But like, I don't follow him back.
I like his movement, though, because I feel like it's a little different from, like, the people that have, like, this... It's like, there's, like, a DJ. I don't remember his name on Twitter.
Drama.
That follows everyone. Yeah. This dude's hilarious, yeah.
No, but I can respect his movement. That doesn't mean I enjoy his tweets.
Right.
Like, he tweets every, like, 2 seconds.
everything.
Yeah.
And signs them.
But shout out Lil B. I ain't going to be a part of this.
No,
Oh,
you don't want to
no,
get
no.
cursed. Right.
Shouts to
Surely-
Lil B.
Yeah.
We love Lil
Love
B.
Lil B. Yeah. Go Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that.
That's fine.
Drama follows you. You follow him back. And what is the correspondence like?
Between me and him?
Yeah, at the time.
Did you DM him or did
I
he
actually
DM you?
did. No. So we just followed each other. And then when I moved to Atlanta, a man named Randy found me through another friend, JY, is the guy I was telling you about. He took me to Mean Street, introduced me to Drama, shook his hand.
A man named Randy.
A man named Randy.
Yeah.
If you're in Atlanta, you know Randy. Hopefully y'all meet Randy one day. A character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he took me in there to introduce me to Drama, and I started working. They just had me at the studio, come by, and then they reached out. Cannon and Drama, we took a real meeting, and they're like, we want to do this.
Well, what kind of expectations did you have? And did you want to link up with somebody on that level?
Definitely. I mean, after I saw what they did with Uzi Vert, and plus, you know, hearing Drama's voice my whole life, like, you know, it was legendary for me. So I was definitely interested. And there was some, you know, QC was kind of talking to us at the same time. So I was just keeping everything open. But
Do you know that's because you were
definitely
making
good ones.
noise in their city?
Definitely, yeah.
And what kind of spots were you hitting at that point?
I really wasn't doing a lot of shows when I moved down there. It was just the music was moving on the internet. Like, Dark Knight's really what did it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can be honest about it. Like, before Drama and them signed me, like, we had been talking about it, but there wasn't a ton of movement on it. So I went ahead and dropped Dark Knight. And then after that, like, Drama told me he was walking through Mean Street, and there was, like, an Atlantic A&R meeting taking place inside a room, and Dark Knight was playing. So he, like, opened the door. He's like, no, we're about to sign him. Like, he came through that night, and then we made it happen, like, a few weeks later. So.
Wow. That's super dope.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. Like, I'm in there, like, almost every night recording, and every time they walk in, it's still like, damn, it's some legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How far did it proceed though with QC at all or no?
We took a meeting, and they were interested, but I'll tell you, like, in the meeting, I don't know if y'all know who P is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in the room and, like, basically checked me. Like, asked me, you know, what I thought, if I thought a white person could break in Atlanta, and, like, I think he was kind of trying to challenge, you know, like, what I thought. But I just stood up to him, like, told him, like, I understand everything you're saying. I think that I'm going to pop, though. Like, I think this is going to work. So, I don't know. I think that part of that was the reason that that didn't escalate too much.
Yeah.
I don't think he was feeling it. But, much respect to him.
No, for sure. And we've talked about this before. We had a meeting
At BET?
At BET, yeah. The number 2 person over there asked us to come in for a meeting in 2010, and they were like, "Hey, we love all the sketches you're doing, and we think that you guys have a really singular voice, and it's very unique, and we'd love to have you in." And we're like, "Dope!" And we went in the lobby, and interns were walking by, and like, "Holy shit, it's the Reals here!" And we were like, "Oh, that's a great welcome." We walked down the hallway, and the woman who was the head of development at the time sat us down, and she said, "All right, first question: why do you think that you're able to comment on my culture?" And we're like, "Well."
Yeah.
And should I have said, like, "Hey, we've worked with everyone from Bun B to Joe Budden and list like everyone, Cameron, and everyone like loves us and sees the work we put in and knows that we're out like at every event and all that?" Yes. I went in a different direction, and I said, "Well, we've loved hip hop ever since the days of Arrested Development."
And she goes, "I love that show." And we were like,
Well,
we do too,
yeah,
but we're talking about the music
band,
group.
yeah, it's
whatever.
fine, yeah.
It's fine. Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that meeting
I would have said the same thing as her, though.
ended there. You would have said what?
It ended there? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. No, she was just like...
in that it didn't we don't have a show on BET.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You don't see these faces on BET.
Right, correct.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a tough question for me to answer. I'm ready for what Charlamagne has to say to me when I get to Breakfast Club, but these are questions that gotta be asked, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that especially with an audience that's majority black, as Breakfast Club is, it's you need to prove yourself.
Right.
There are a lot of dumb people of any race out here, and what does give you the right to make inroads into a culture that is not yours.
Right. And I do think that the answer is based on authenticity, and it's based in have you proven yourself? And it's you put the time in, you show the love, you show the respect, and people give it back. And that's, I think, been proof for us, and it looks like it's proof for you as well, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I still don't know what you're talking about, how that was your answer for it. It's something I still think about. I don't know when you necessarily prove you had the right, but
you're also not we were working in comedy, which is a different field than what you're working in. So what gives us the right to comment in that way on a culture that isn't ours? You are writing, or you're rapping about your own experience,
Yeah.
Your truth.
So that's but you're using an art form that isn't necessarily yours.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it is yours. I don't know.
No, I know. I totally agree with y'all's perspective on it. I guess you're right. The commenting thing is a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Drama says to the Atlantic A&Rs, "We've got him," and then in weeks, the deal is done. What changes for you at that point?
Nothing.
So still the same work ethic, still the same bookings?
Probably more, just because I started recording. I never thought I could be an artist that was, recording every night in the studio every night. But once I got there, it's especially at first, there was nothing else to do. So it's you might as well record. And it became a job in the best way, though. Show up and just record, see what happens.
Did you stay in the same room?
Yeah, I have a room I like to use. It's the C room, but I can bounce around.
The C room is the smaller one?
Yeah, it's the smallest one. But I like switching environments because it just brings something out of you. You feel like you're getting a fresh start. They're building the new generation now building.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to start recording there because it's just going to be a new spot.
Yeah. Have you recorded in other cities? Or on buses?
I ain't done buses.
Yeah.
I ain't had a bus yet.
But other cities give you a different type of feeling?
I would say so. I haven't recorded in other cities extensively. I did LA and New York. But it's just been little one-offs, or maybe I had to do some drops or something. But I haven't locked in another city. But I want to come up here and spend a week
at our
recording.
apartment.
Yes,
Yeah.
with these mics.
Yeah.
What was the first experience where you were just well, this is so different than the artist that I thought I was? Working with, collaborating with someone else in a studio, seeing how they worked, or...
Great question. When I got to Atlanta, like I said, I went to Mean Street and I got in with Lil James and Scheme. And they put a beat on, and these dudes went in the booth and just knocked their verses out, and I was still writing. And so I immediately off top, like I realized, I'm slowing songs down by trying to be a writer, because that's how I grew up doing it. So that was the main thing. Is I got to a point. I remember I got off tour in January, and I was like, when I get back, like I'm gonna start trying out the punch rap, freestyling, like stop being so calculated. And that's really how Loose came to be, like for the most part. Like Sundown was one of the last like written records.
Really?
But most of Loose is like freestyled, like bar for bar punching, and that changed my life. Like it changed my creative process, because now I work quicker, and there's something so pure about it. Like when you're just like doing it right then. Because when I would write, I'd be so slow and calculated and want to get it the right way. But when you're in the booth, you just go. It's off the cuff.
So you're thinking of rhythms first, and then
In
figure
a
out the
way,
wording afterwards?
the good thing is, like, that's why I'm glad there was so many years of writing and listening to music, because you get to a point, for me now, it's like I don't have to think about rhythm or getting in the right pockets. It's like dancing, you know what I mean? Like I'm always gonna like hit the beat the right way. I feel like now it's just like what you want to say right now. You know what I mean? Like, but you don't have that much time to think, so you're just like working quick. But it's like muscle memory, like just to punch rap.
Yeah.
Because you're just on the beat and you just decide what to say, but you know what's going to sound good rhythmically or melodically.
Do you enjoy getting pushed by like an engineer or a producer, or are you somebody who likes working in a vacuum?
I don't know if I necessarily like working in a vacuum, but like I did a session with a producer in LA a few weeks ago. A producer I like his beats, and he was challenging me in the studio and asking for what he wanted and having me redo takes, and like I think that's a good thing, and I think that's good for a lot of artists. I don't really like that kind of thing. Like I like to make the decision about what sounds best for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's funny you asked that. I don't really like being pushed, like to how to do things.
Well, did you end that session early then?
Nah,
Okay,
I toughed it out.
gotcha.
But it was a good time.
Yeah.
Do you still listen to the results of that session?
No, no,
And-
but that's my boy.
Yeah.
If he's hearing this and he put the pieces together, I still love you. But
How about drama?
Was it Will I Am and was it for Fergie?
nah.
Yeah.
How about drama and canon? What do they add to the mix? Do you run your stuff by them?
Or do you
Yeah,
say
I do.
nothing?
So Cannon put the final touches on Loose,
Mm-hmm.
like beefed up some of the drums. But I look up to them a lot, just on some like life shit. Like I spent plenty of late nights at Mean Street just talking to Cannon and him just like giving me game. Like I'll listen for hours to him talk. Drama the same way. A lot of respect for both of them. But in terms of like creatively, they let me do my thing. Like they don't try to like push me a certain way. We shot a video for one of my records called Routine, and didn't even come out. I just didn't like it. Like they put a label budget behind it. We shot the whole thing. They edited it, and like I just thought it was whack. And they're like, "Cool, we ain't dropping it then." Like they're letting us do our thing, man. And
That's dope.
It's a blessing, because I know there's a lot of other situations where it might not be that way. So I'm super grateful to them for letting me grow, because sometimes I think when somebody's on you and telling you how to do things, like it stunts your growth a little bit. Like for me, like early on, I was getting contacted by labels and I was sending them songs, and like they had a perception of what type of artist they thought I was, and they'd be like, make it funnier, or like do this, like I need you to be a little more humorous, or like bring this side of you out. And it's like it's hard to grow into a person when that's going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Should we be telling you to be funnier on this podcast?
That would be bad. That would be bad.
Just every like 5 minutes, just be like, be funnier.
I would get
Make us laugh.
I would get tight quit.
was there always the expectation then that the Generation Now deal, which goes through Atlantic, that you would be an Atlantic artist?
Yeah, I mean, we slowly figured that out, because that's more of a recent thing for them that they did that. But once they presented the pros to us, I was like, all right, let's go.
Are you causing problems for Lake the way that other artists might be?
I don't think so. I'm not that high maintenance. I think the only thing I cause issues about is sometimes like my indecision about like what I want to do with my music. But overall, I ain't too difficult to deal with. I love
Good,
Lake.
because like Lake has got some kids now at home.
That's right.
That's
right.
Yeah, he needs to get his sleep in. Doesn't need to be answering phone calls at like 3 a.m.
I agree.
Yeah.
Lake's handling business.
Yeah. So if you're recording every night at Mean Streets, do you have a catalog that's just like almost ridiculous how much music
It's
you
getting
have?
there. It's getting there. It's a lot of different ideas, and it was never like this.
Right.
Like it used to be like I'd make 15 songs and 8 of them will be on the project. Now it's like we have so many to choose from, and just the repetition. I just feel like we're getting better. But there's a lot of songs.
Do you Frankenstein any of them?
How you mean?
Like, do you say like, all right, well, that song might not have worked, but I loved what I spit in the second verse of that random song that we won't use. but I'll use it later on. As
Yeah, like
a
take it
hook.
into like a bridge or something.
Yeah.
I guess so. Sometimes I write songs that I know aren't gonna come out, and then I'll like rap them at like little stuff when you come up here and they want you to rap. You know what I mean?
So in the
I'll
morning.
use it later.
Yeah,
type,
wait,
yeah.
just do like a quick 1,000 bars right now.
No, I can't do it.
just like a quick 1,000.
I'd rather you ask me to be funnier.
Yo, Styles, what are you doing on Wednesday, October 3rd?
Smoking weed, gonna be in the Highline Ballroom.
Yo, what you doing there? I'm gonna come join you.
It's a show called Two Jews and Two Black Dudes Review the Movies.
Oh, that's nice. That's dope.
Highline Ballroom.
You bringing anybody?
You mind if I tag along?
Come on in, brother.
No doubt. Don't miss it. I'll be there.
So everybody is Two Jews, Two Black Dudes,
Highline Ballroom, October 3rd.
Special guests. Don't miss it. We're gonna watch a movie live. You'll be there watching it with us. You'll be able to kick it with us, give feedback, watch Crazy Sheet Luch, watch fucking psychopath, fucking serial killer Jeff, and Eric and myself. And this, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fucking lit.
Yup.
That was really good. That was
Yeah,
good.
Jadakiss, if people want to go get their tickets, where can they go?
That was good. That was really good.
ItsTheReal.com.
So now you're established in Atlanta. Do you consider yourself more Atlanta than you are Louisville?
Come on,
Nah.
nah, not at all.
Do you run into like different artists like randomly in Atlanta?
Yeah, at the mall.
Really?
That's where they all are at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens.
Who have you seen at the mall?
Gunna. I saw Gunna at the mall a couple months ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. I see like a lot of like dudes that are at the helm of things that aren't necessarily the artists, but they have like a Gucci suit on and they like got a girl with them. But it's like a lot of characters in Atlanta, like not just artists. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's just like people that are on like the fringe of things.
Do you go to get your car washed at Mr. Hotshine?
I don't get my car washed. I've never gotten a car wash. I need to.
Ever?
Never. I've never had a car wash.
That's a choice?
I suppose it is.
How come?
It never seemed necessary. I don't know. I just ain't got
That's
my
like
car
people
washed.
who I guess like dirty shoes. You just like your car dirty?
I like my car.
I don't
my
like
shoes
it dirty.
Oh.
It's not dirty enough to where I'm like I feel like cleaning it.
But you've never gotten it clean.
So it might be really dirty.
Do you
Do you
consider
guys look at him crazy with his car? Does he have like a really dirty
I know
car?
y'all don't get car washes either.
See?
You're learning things on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real? What about you?
I just got a new car.
But were you washing that last
Yo,
one?
what a stunt.
I know that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Being like,
Ace
do you
Pro
wash
just
your
got
car?
a new
No,
car.
I got a new car.
The color is, you can't really tell it's dirt on his car. 'Cause the color.
Yo.
Is it brown?
I know.
Gold.
Oh,
Ooh, all right,
you
yeah.
want to know what's smart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Never washed
Oh,
it.
so then you always have to wash
That's
your car.
dirty. Black also
Well,
gets
that's why.
dirty.
You
yeah.
would never wash your car if it was a different color. What color was it?
Silver.
Yeah, silver gets dirty.
Okay. So
I
until
thought
you got
silver
a car
covered
that
it up.
doesn't.
No.
It's not as bad as the white.
Right.
Oh, yeah, the listeners gonna be mad that they ain't hearing this other side of this conversation.
We're gonna turn the volume up.
All right, bet.
People will hear.
Just curious.
You're in a place now where you're a major label artist. You have legends that you're working with. You are. No one's getting in your way in terms of creativity, which is super dope. Your fan base is growing, and you still have, hopefully, all your fans from home still on board.
Yeah, so what's going wrong in your life?
That's what I was about to say. A lot of blessings.
Yeah.
I'm trying to count them. Everything's cool, man. I guess sometimes I get lonely, but other than that, you know,
Let's talk about that.
I'm happy to.
Yeah.
But life's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
I want you pulling up to the mall with a girl.
Yeah.
Not just by yourself.
We need
Don't
that.
be lonely. Yeah.
We need that.
Have you found a lot of people from home hitting you up now that you are winning?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. Are you still on Facebook?
My account's still on there.
Yeah. Same. Right. I don't
Yeah.
actively use it, but
Well, I mean, I do think that there is something to this, like, where it's like, you've obviously had a lot of ups. At what point were you like, you want to know what, like, maybe this is not going the way it should be? Like, maybe something is, I need to recalibrate. And maybe it was with Dark Knight, you know, like, where you were like, you want to know what, like, maybe, or before Dark Knight, I guess, you know, where you thought, like, it didn't get what you wanted it to do, right?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you were just like, you want to know what this is, something needs to change?
I would say so. I kind of do that a lot. Like anytime I get into like an emotional rut or a creative one, like I try to challenge myself to do something different because I'm pretty like self-aware about like what's going on in my head. So sometimes like you just like gotta go to the sauna or something, and like I try to like stay off my phone and like delete Twitter and Instagram off my phone just because of the habit of getting on there. Just little stuff like that. Like I just try to be aware of how I'm treating myself.
How did that work, by the way?
What you mean?
When you deleted the apps?
Oh, it's amazing, bro.
Freeing?
It's actually amazing. And I tell people this all the time, and like I don't ever want it to like come off as like a self-righteous thing, but I'm really trying to put people on to like something that could actually make them happier. Like I don't even be knowing the memes now. Like people like show me like jokes on their phone like that are ongoing, and like I don't know them, and it's like a good feeling because I'm like, damn, I really ain't been on there as much. Like I'm spending less of my day like scrolling, because you get caught scrolling. Like you go sit on the toilet and you might scroll for 40 minutes with your asshole open, like just scrolling. It's terrible.
Right.
So I just try to stay off it. When I go to the studio, I delete the apps off my phone.
Wow.
And
you can really zone in.
Exactly. Put my phone on airplane mode.
What do you do when you're on an airplane?
Put his phone in airplane mode.
I keep it off because I want my stuff to come back as soon as we land.
Do you sleep or do you watch movies?
I can't sleep on planes.
Yeah, same.
We play our Switches.
Mm.
Play video games. I might watch a movie, but we play Mario Kart, play Minecraft, just stuff to pass the time, especially long ones.
Oh wait, so the Switches have like a Bluetooth
type, yeah.
When you go on tour and you're playing different festivals or different stage lineups and everything, and you go to a new city, what's that like for you, and how do you sell yourself to a crowd that may or may not know you?
The main thing we always try to tell each other is just have fun, because people can feel that. I think that's why people like our videos, is like they feel like we're having fun, and everybody wants to have fun.
Do you think the same energy that you bring to Louisville works in Brooklyn, works in Manhattan, works in Los Angeles?
In terms of like when I'm on stage? I would say so. The crowd was kind of chill over here when I did it, but
I mean, that's New York though.
yeah, that's why I didn't get too offended.
Yeah.
But in general, there's a lot of still selling yourself to these crowds, which isn't that fun, but I think, it's a good thing to go through to get better.
Yeah, and do you react the same way for a handful of people in the audience as you do a sold-out crowd?
I'd be lying if I did. I'd be lying if I said I did. But I try to. I know that's the way to do it.
Well, for sure.
But, I mean, it's different when the adrenaline you're getting is, like, from the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go as hard as I can, but there's something so different about a sold-out crowd that knows the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's
like, we have a difference of opinion when it comes to, like, if it's a light crowd, Jeff gets affected by it. I'm like Will Ferrell, like, at Saturday Night Live. It's like, oh, this is tanking. I'm going to go, like, all the way in and, like, really.
That's the best option, though, I think.
I think so.
How's it affect you?
Oh, I'm just like, fuck it.
What do you mean, though? What do you do?
Walk off stage. No, I mean, like, it's just harder for me to get into selling it because I feel like a fraud. I'm just like, we all know that it's not like, 10,000 people here,
Yeah.
like it feels like a recital. And so like, it's a little bit like,
there is this unspoken energy. That's the worst
Yeah.
part, is like everybody in the crowd looks like they're like this. Like, what's he going to do since there ain't no one here with us?
well, I mean, that being said, like, we've never performed in front of like nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's
like,
true.
So
Yeah.
I mean, like, but it is like this thing where it's like you want it to be more than what it is, and I think that like you sort of put that expectation out where it's just like everybody feels like this should be like I'm somebody who is very much inside my own head, and so like for performing is not like I come alive on stage. It's more like it's just an extension of me, like at any time.
Makes sense.
What was the worst performance that you can remember right now?
It was at Ollie's Trolley.
Oh, man.
Couldn't finish your burger.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. It had to be when I was younger, man. Like, I've done some bad shows. Like, just some light crowds. Just being in Louisville, opening for somebody. Like, nobody comes through. Like, just when I was younger.
Yeah. Our worst performance was a hosting gig that we did at South by Southwest. Atlantic asked us to do their giant show at Stubbs. So, like, 4,000 people in the audience.
Streamed Untitled.
And it's everybody there, right? Everybody from the entire like roster is there. So Gucci is headlining, Meek is there, Ty Dolla $ign is there, Kyle is there,
Don Q.
Don Q was
I mean, it was
there.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, Cardi.
Yeah. Uzi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was everybody, right?
Wow.
And we're hosting, and
Well, the thing was that the organizers were like, we need you to like pimp out these like 6 different brands. So Monster Energy,
New Era hats.
yeah, just-
Title.
Yep.
Whoever.
And they were like, you need to go out there between every act. Now, we just named like 15 acts. So we're going out there every 5 minutes and being like, hey guys, don't know if you remember, but like check out Monster Energy drinks and stream on Tidal and, wear your New Era hat or
And
whatever.
who's ready for Gucci, right? And Gucci's running late, and Meek was running late, and
the DJ got sick.
DJ got sick, so he peeled off and wasn't there. So there's no music playing in between Meek and Gucci, and everyone's been waiting for hours.
Wow.
It's hot out. We're like,
There's
who
no
wants
water?
water? Yeah. And then we look to the left of the stage, and there's one water bottle,
Oh man.
and there's 4,000 people, and we're like, fuck, that didn't work at all.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
then people started. People
And this
went
is
from,
on Tidal. This is on Tidal, like live streaming.
So it went from people being like ambivalent towards us to now, fuck these guys. They don't have water for me. It's
Right.
1,000 degrees
See, y'all
out.
became the villains of the
There's
show.
no
Oh, yeah.
DJ.
Every time y'all popped out.
And
Yeah.
we're just like, buy your New Era hats.
And it was literally like boo, like
Yeah.
just like this wall of booze.
There were booze?
Oh
well,
yeah.
But by the way,
But like we made it through
for
90% of
90%
the show.
of the show was amazing, and like Mike Kaiser is just like, you guys are fucking killing it, and the whole thing's going great, right? And then it was just like off the cliff,
Yeah.
and
What
finally,
went left though?
what's that?
What went left?
Oh, we didn't have water.
Oh, that's it.
Didn't have water.
We
There
didn't
was
have
no
water for
DJ.
4,000 people.
Did
I
you
don't
hear what we just
understand.
said?
That was the only thing. Though.
It was
That's what
horrible,
set it off.
and we had to.
Well, and that we had pimped out.
Oh, we didn't even eat like that whole night. It's Stubbs. It's Stubbs Barbecue, the best barbecue in Austin, and like, they're
We
like,
didn't eat until like 4 a.m.
well, because they're like, okay, like Kyle's ready to go, and we're like, great, and we go off, and we're like going to search of food, and there's like, where's ItsTheReal, and we're like, motherfucker, go back, and they're just like, what up, everyone? Who's ready for Ty Dolla $ign? Monster, thanks to Monster Energy drink, whatever. Then they're like, get off, say it. So we have to run off and like hopefully like try to get food. Didn't get food until 4 a.m, and then we had a flight at 5 or something like
Yeah.
that.
to go
Anyway.
host our cousin's 3rd wedding to the same girl in 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad night.
Yeah.
Bad night for you boys.
Incredible story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we figure out what your worst performance was?
I was mentioning Stubbs.
Oh, you went to Stubbs?
We did Stubbs. That's what we saw.
Oh damn, we had a bad Stubbs experience.
Did
I
you?
suppose.
We should all not go back to Stubbs?
I would go back to Stubbs.
Shout out to
I'm
Stubbs.
going back if there's 4,000. What y'all are talking
Oh
about?
yeah, that was fun.
Wait, who
I
did
want
you?
that one.
Did you just
I
perform?
did an indoor show.
Okay.
Oh.
I wouldn't say that's the worst. I'm surprised you said that.
The sound guy who was just like being extra.
Yeah, they were cutting me off early. Like, I don't
Damn.
want to talk about it.
Oh, that's rough.
Ugh. It's all good.
We've been to ones where like actually I think most of the Dipset shows that we've ever been to, the sound man like ends up being the villain,
Yeah.
and Cam gets angry at them, and like yeah, a lot of that.
They just don't care. But I feel them.
Do you have your
They
own
don't
sound
care.
guy?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Because they don't care.
Talk to your friends of Generation Now about that.
We need that.
Yeah.
We'll know when it's time.
Yeah. So are you working on your official debut album now?
I wouldn't say that. I'm
Okay.
just recording. I don't know what it's gonna be.
Are you against just like dropping singles and just like going like that?
I'm not against it. No.
Are you somebody who needs a shape to your story? You have a certain narrative that you want to push across in what will be your debut project, or you're just like, I don't need that. I'm a new artist, and I think in a new way.
I'm just feeling it out. I feel like I'll know when it's time to make the debut album. I feel like, the chessboard will be set, we'll be popping, like it'll feel like, okay, it's time for the album. And then we'll lock in, and whatever I feel at that time is what an album calls for, I guess is what's going to come out of it. But right now, that's why I call it Lucid Tape, because I love it.
Mhm.
But it doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel like Good Kid, Mad City yet.
Yeah. And in terms of Sundown, which you said was the last one you actually physically
It's
wrote,
one of the last, that was towards the end of that era of, me, really locking in and writing.
was that one of the last songs you recorded in that process?
Nah, it was one of the first songs from the tape.
Really?
Yeah.
And what made you want to put it first on the whole project?
It's just I like intros that open that just smash.
Yeah.
I just like when people turn the tape on. I'm not a big fan of skits at the beginning or slow piano songs with 40-second intro. I want people to immediately be engaged.
Yeah.
With the attention spans of now, it's might as well come out with that. And I just figured it was a good way to do it.
How not great is your vision?
My left eye is damn near blind. My
What?
right eye is flawless. There's no prescription in this, but this one it's a lazy eye.
Really?
Wow.
Can't hardly see. Yeah.
Whoa. I had no idea. Has it always been like that, or is it
Since
degenerative?
birth. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's just like astigmatism, to the nth.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
Wow.
Like, I had to wear a patch when I was younger to correct it in class. Like
Wow.
kindergarten, first grade, like I walked around with a patch over my right eye just to make this one work.
Right.
Mhm. Can you bring back the patch?
I'm sure we could.
Hey.
They sell them at all the stores.
Yeah.
Coverlet eye patch. I used to hate them.
Yo, get a sponsored eye patch
That'd be hard, but
by
I ain't wearing
Monster.
Yeah.
it. By Monster. I think the patches that like a Slick Rick patch fly.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Those
saying.
are fly.
Yeah.
I would wear that. Maybe that'll be the next phase of my career when I shave my head and put on a patch and have a beard.
Yo, I'm so into this.
That-
I
yo.
would say I'm into what's going on now. I'd be very into that.
No. Yeah. But
That'd be
that's
wild.
no.
Yeah.
But that's like that's a good second or third album like thing. It's just like.
No, I've definitely thought about my evolution because I have bald genes in my family.
Do you really?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like y'all do, but like my dad's bald. My mom's dad went bald in his 30s. Like,
Wow.
it could very easily be a rap for me now.
Lucky man.
I suppose.
Wait,
Yeah.
or you should get sponsored by Propecia
What's that?
or Rogaine.
Bosley? No, I've already started putting Rogaine in.
Have you
Really?
really?
My guy at my salon, he was like, "You're not balding yet, but you gotta understand these people go bald and then they try to put Rogaine in. It ain't gonna grow back. You gotta protect against the testosterone coming to your follicles now." So I just been putting
Whoa.
it in, putting
Whoa.
it on my hair.
That's dope. Also, by the way, shout to you for going to a salon because I go to a salon.
Hey, you got
Yeah,
to.
I go to a curly hair specific.
I don't
salon.
anymore because my man over here actually cuts my hair, the one that's team follow back.
Yeah, he is team follow back. Yeah.
But I used to go to a salon.
Will you follow us back? Okay, so we got the plan for the second and third albums. But where do we go from there?
I don't know. I had some really good questions and I can't think of them now.
Oh,
Hit him with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Can I just say I love Sundown. I think it's a great record.
You like it for real?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved
it's
it
like
when
played on like repeat in here.
Yeah, for sure. Also, in my aux cord DJ-ness, it's you know how some songs don't line up on like perfectly on one.
It loops, don't it?
It loops perfectly.
Yeah.
It loops perfectly for sound for
Shout out KY Engineering. He did that.
works perfectly for Spotify. So you just hit the rewind button and it goes
Apple
right
Music
right
does it too.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very Oh yeah. We don't want to offend all of our
Yeah.
Shout out Tidal.
Shout out to
Shout out
Tidal.
to Tidal.
Yeah.
Napster.
Yeah. Monster Energy.
Yeah.
New Era.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm so happy you're here, by the way, because
Same.
it really has been like a thing where it's like people honestly hit us up all the time. And I don't know when it started happening. It must have been when your video came out.
It was like post sundown. I started seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope.
But, like-
it's fun for us.
Yeah.
And I like how there's energy in the building from all of our friends who know us so well too, and we're just like, hey, you're working with Jack Harlow, and they're like, yeah, he looks like you guys. We're like, we know, thank you.
Actually, what is your like ethnic makeup?
Caucasity.
That's
All of
it?
Yeah. I'm like British and French or something.
Wow.
Might be a tiny bit of Cherokee in there, but
But Harlow is like
Harlow's a British name, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk. Did you have a rap name,
I used to be Mr. Harlow when I was little.
Mr. Harlow?
oh my god, bring that back when you have the eye pouch.
Time.
Are you kidding?
It's time.
Yeah.
Mr. Harlow.
Mr. Harlow.
It should be like a TI versus TIP thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would go by Mr. Harlow again.
By the way, Mr. Followback.
Yeah.
Liked it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Team Followback. Mr. Followback is his father.
His father.
Talking about your vision, I asked Quavo one time because he was wearing glasses. Actually, I asked Fab one time because he was wearing glasses, and I was like, "Oh, like, don't you hate it how people wear glasses to look smart?" And Fab was like, "Oh, mine are fake." And then I said to Quavo, and I said, "Fab was wearing fake glasses. Don't you hate it when people wear fake glasses to look smart?" And he's like, "No, mine are real, so I can see through the fuck boys." And I was like,
Good start to the interview.
Yeah, I mean the
That's
Migos
so
hated
fly.
us.
Yeah.
Well, did they really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but this is Offset in jail, Migos. This is first album not gonna sell, Migos. This is like just come from Hot 97, had a terrible interview, Migos, and we started this podcast 3 years ago, right? So some artists are a little unaware of like what podcasts are. So I'm sure they were like telling their 300 people that like we're going to these dudes' apartment and we're going to talk for an hour.
They don't
Yeah.
seem like the type of dudes to, fake it. You know what I mean?
Oh, they
Like,
were not happy at the time.
yeah.
Nor were there like 15 friends.
Oh no, yeah, they showed up with like the most people in our apartment.
Yeah.
And you can see that it is, while it is a Manhattan mansion, it is not the most extensive property.
But also,
course.
and I honestly feel this way. I feel like should we have the opportunity to do it again, they are much more happy and much more accomplished now and would totally do a better interview than
They're
they
pros
did at that
now,
point.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
We caught
if you
them
could
real
tell
early.
your friends over at QC.
That's right.
I'm gonna let them know.
Yeah,
Call
please.
P tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. I figured it out. I know why I'll work.
I'm gonna
Also,
plug
I have a
that.
message from my friends. Yeah.
Perfect.
But anyway, okay, so that was your feeling on glasses.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for Jack or no?
Yeah. Do you get sponsored by people who like with glasses or no?
No sponsors yet.
Damn.
We could introduce you to Warby Parker.
Hey, that's what these are.
That's what's up.
Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about getting some new frames anyway. These, they're getting kind of stale to me. And there's another thing that's pretty interesting I want to tell you about that I discovered because there's...
Is this a pyramid scheme you're about to let us in on?
I got you.
I have something really interesting
know.
to tell you. Yeah.
These scissors.
There's no prescription in this lens, but there is in this one. It magnifies my eye from the outside differently. So like, if you watch my left eye, when I pull my glasses up and down, since they can't see on the podcast, I'm gonna tell them what's going on. You can see my eye get smaller.
Yes.
You can even see like the side of my face come in because this is obviously such a strong prescription.
Yes.
And so once I discovered this once, and I was pissed off because I was like, my whole life, like, I could have been more handsome. You know what I mean? Because they say symmetry is the reason, like, I didn't have the symmetry in my face. I still don't. Like, if you ask me, like, that's why, my eyes the same size.
Yeah.
It's like a little smaller than this one. So I've been trying to figure out, if there's somebody that can give me a lens that isn't really like that. Because I hear they have lenses that aren't
Yeah.
necessarily.
So like that.
Wait,
Yeah.
we've gotten to the root of your loneliness.
Exactly.
I'm so glad that we kept talking until we figured this out. Wait, and you can't do contacts because it's just too big?
What'd you say?
The lens.
The contacts.
What about contacts?
Can you do
Would
them?
you ever do contact lenses?
I tried them out, but I mean, I like having my glasses on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever we walk around, people are like signifiers, like curly hair, glasses, like totally, if I had a different set of hair, I wouldn't be as noticeable as I am.
Well, people don't really notice.
That is true. If I'm by myself, Jeff's by himself, he'll get noticed more. But if we're together, obviously people are like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, when you're a celebrity like I am, I mean, you understand. Yeah.
No, but should you have the opportunity to have contacts and not wear glasses, that would be
I don't like the effort of it.
putting the
Like,
contacts in.
Isn't that why you don't do?
Well,
Yeah.
that's one. I wear my glasses. Like I've always worn glasses, so I was taking them off for a little while. Like I wanted to be able to wear them and not wear them sometimes. Like for a year. Like in Dark Knight, like there's scenes where I don't have glasses on. But I kind of put that to bed. But yeah, it sucks putting them in.
Yeah.
Taking them out, putting them in, all of it. It's like
I feel
ugh.
like also like I don't. So I do need glasses, but I don't need them all the time.
Me
like
neither.
if I'm just sitting in my apartment,
Yeah.
I don't wear glasses.
Me neither. When I lay up with a girl, I take them off, and so I can just move my face how I want to.
So you can live.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I've
it's freeing
never
to
laid
take
up with
them
a
off.
girl, but
Stop,
I'm
bro.
Wait, what happens when you watch a movie? Have to wear glasses,
No,
like in a theater.
No, like, I'm telling you, like, I can see perfect because I use this eye. This eye is flawless. So
Right.
I don't need glasses.
So you don't use the other one.
I mean, this eye might be getting used right now. I can see my peripheral, but, like, I kind of rely on this eye to, like, really see shit.
Wow.
But, like, my hand's blurry for me right now.
Yeah,
But this is not,
gotcha.
Maybe you're Fetty Wap's brother.
Hey, I love Fetty. I met him a few months. Let me
Did
tell
you
you
really?
a story,
Please,
bro.
yeah.
Let me tell you a story since y'all are out of questions. I got you right now. Nah, check this out. I went to the studio, got introduced to Fetty Wap, and he was telling me about, like, all his baby mamas and, like, how many he has and stuff. And then he was telling me, like, they're all across the map, but he's like, I never miss a birthday, bro. Like, I'm at all their birthdays. I'm like, yo, that's so admirable. And then he was telling me about how he loves Columbus because I told him I had a show in Columbus. He's like, oh, Columbus goes up for me. Like, I
Wait,
love
which Columbus? Sorry,
Ohio.
Okay.
And so he told me that, and, I was just like, I was being dumb. I was like, yo, you should get you another baby mama in Columbus. And as I said that, his current baby mama that was pregnant walked into the room and like heard that, and Fetty Wap just eyed me. Like he was mad at me, bro. I swear he was. But like I love Fetty Wap. Like when Trap Queen came out, you can ask my bros. Like it was a rough draft on SoundCloud, and I was playing that for everybody before Trap Queen blew up. And I love all his records. I love how he uses his voice. Mm-hmm. That's what happened the first time I met him. He got cold quick. I was like, blew it.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so good.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to say that.
That's so good. You got anything else?
No.
You got anything else?
No, it's been pleasant.
That was amazing. Yo, congratulations, honestly,
Thank
on
you, bro.
a hell of a career already. Congratulations on your hair. Congratulations on your deal. Congratulations on not having any bad shows that you can think of, really.
Oh yeah.
And here's hoping that you get your eye patch sponsored by Ollie's Travels.
Yes, yeah. Shout out Ollie's.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks everyone for listening to this new episode of Waste Time with It's The Real. Jeff, people want to find out more about us. I'm Eric, you're Jeff. Curly hair and tall one with the glasses.
Yep.
If you want to find out more about this podcast called The Waste of Time with It's The Real, we have the other one called Two Jews and Two Black Dudes Review the Movies. If people want to find out more about anything that's going on in our world that we call It's The Real, Jeff, where can they go?
You can always go to ItsTheReal.com.
That makes a lot of sense.
ItsTheReal.com. Go to ItsTheReal.com for all of your It's The Real needs, including It's The Real merch, It's The Real tickets, It's The Real music, It's The Real podcast, It's The Real pictures,
It's The Real liquor.
It's The Real Fast and Furious cameos,
It's The Real skateboard team.
It's The Real reggaeton albums, It's The Real contact information. Go through our assistant Logan.
Yeah, this is true.
You can also find our podcast on iTunes. Search for A Waste of Time with It's The Real. You can also go to SoundCloud.com/A-Waste-of-Time or SoundCloud.com/2Jews2BlackDudes.
Correct. That's where you can find all the movie reviews.
Yeah, so don't go there if you're looking for anything else.
Right.
You can also find our music on all streaming platforms. Our rhyme book is on Amazon.com. And I'm not really on Fortnite, but
What happened to the other socials?
yeah.
Why do you jump into Fortnite first?
Well, I'm just telling people I'm not really on Fortnite.
All right. How about Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
All at It's The Real.
Great.
Also, we are doing an AMA on Reddit
Okay.
this Tuesday.
Which is like now.
Now,
Yeah. So we're doing it right now.
yeah.
So stop
It's
listening.
The Real.
And go check us out on AMA.
It's The Real. Well, no. So the AMA is under Hip Hop Heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Eric doesn't know what this is.
No, I'm
it's
fine.
okay.
We'll see you there. Ask us all the questions that you want to know. Jeff, we've come to the part of the podcast where we like to shout out those people who have done such an amazing job in pushing this podcast forward, in making everyone aware of what's going on here at A Waste of Time with It's The Real, or Two Jews and Two Black Dudes Review the Movies, or all the other stuff we're up to. We so appreciate the fact that people believe in us and want to tell friends, family, and everybody about what's going on over here. So our way of thanking you is to take time to shout you out. Jeff, who do you want to shout?
I want to shout out a few people because a lot of people have been leaving comments on Instagram, and some of these have been really making me really happy. So I wanted to shout out DJ Greenhouse, who's a loyal commenter. I want to shout out Teddy Ballgame. I want to shout out Tanzania 1872, Kirsten Marie, our good friend out in LA, Amy Loves You More in London. I also want to shout out Freaky Yayo and Bam Beats, who I met at SOBs, and of course the real Richie Thumbs.
Yeah, shout out to Richie Thumbs. Shout out to Freaky Yayo, who's also down with D-Block. And we're looking forward to seeing everybody this Wednesday, including those two guys, at Highline Ballroom. Get your tickets at ItsTheReal.com. Jeff, I want to shout out somebody that we met the other day. We were walking around, killing time before we had to go to a meeting. We were on the Upper West Side. And who do we run into? A dude named Brandon, who works for UPS, who was in the middle of his shift and took the time to stop his work and come over to us and say, yo, I'm going to see you on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to two Jews and two black dudes review the movies live.
Well, I almost threw something at the FedEx guy a block away.
Did you?
Yeah, I was going to be like, hey, we ride with Brandon now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brandon. Shout out to everybody who comments on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us and everyone who's going to see us live in person on Wednesday here in New York City Highline Ballroom. As always, Jeff, now for real, for real.
Sure.
We'll see you guys next week.
Sun's out.